Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and today we're privileged to have the head coach of Pembroke Hill, and he's brought two of his student athletes on. Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Doing really good, man. You know, we're leading the districts right here. This is districts weeks for us right now, so we're just coming fresh out of practice right now. So we're doing good right now. We blessed to get the #1 seed in districts, so just put in some good practice time. So we'll see what we can do in districts this week.
Hey, Coach, who you got here with you?
I got Darin Conley, who's a junior, and I got Andrew Kim, who is also a junior as well too. Two studs.
You got they studs?
Yeah, they studs, man.
I don't think they can get in the Kentucky Derby. I think you got a couple of donkeys with you.
Nah. I mean, you know, like I said, man, we got, not only do we have two athletes, you know, we have two student athletes as well too. And obviously, you know, with the background with Pembroke Hill being high academics, and now, you know, we're really making a hard push for athletics as well too. So you got two of the best right here when you talk about that word student athlete right here. You got some thoroughbreds right here.
Hey, Coach, before I interview the fellas, I want you to talk a little bit about them.
Okay. And I'll start out with Andrew. You know, Andrew's been at Pembroke Hill. Andrew can probably let me know, but he's been here since he was at the lower school. So we have two campuses. And obviously I've been here for the last 2 years. I knew Andrew dating back to KU camp when I played at KU. He would come to basketball camp. So I was his coach when he was very young. I think it was 5th or 6th grade. So obviously we had a big gap until I took the head coaching job here. But Andrew's a fun kid to be around, always has a positive attitude. He's coachable, fun-loving game. And then when you talk about his characteristics on the court, he does a lot for us. With Andrew, we typically put him on the best team's offensive player. He's done a lot of jobs this year where he's shut down the opposing team's best player. And offensively, he does a really great job of, you know, getting us into our offense if he has to, and just moving the ball, being a good team player, and being ready to knock down that open shot. And you know, talking about Darin, who we call Diesel, you know, he's our force inside. You know, he's a guy that can go out and get you, you know, an easy 15 and 15, a 27 and 15. Diesel's a guy that he does it all for us, especially on the offensive end and the defensive end as well too. We look for him a lot, and you know, we as a coaching staff, we always come up with game plans to figure out what we can do to keep him in the game, because we just know the impact that he gives when he's on the court.
All right. Hey, Andrew, we can ready going on you hard. Tell our audience a little bit about yourself. And when I say that, what schools you went from kindergarten to where you at now, and what coaches help you build your skill set. Coach just didn't get you and you had all these skills. Give the props to, like he said, he worked with Conley when he was young. There were coaches that worked with you when you were young. Give them their props when you're talking about where, you know, how you became the athlete that you are now.
All right, well, I'm Andrew Kim. I started Pembroke when I was in early years, so back when I was 2 years old. So I haven't been to other schools. So, and in terms of basketball, I started playing very young. Started taking it pretty serious at 3rd grade when I started AAU. And the people who have helped me around are my trainers and my parents.
My people need to know their names. Who was your AAU coach? Who was the people that influenced you and helped you with your game?
I started out with Mocan when I was young. So RJ Newton was a big part of why I love basketball today. And then my parents, David Kim and Jenny Kim, are big factors as well.
Big factors. In your personal life, personal mentors outside of basketball, talk about that a little bit.
I would say my 2 sisters and my parents.
My people nosy. They don't know their names. Give them their names.
My 13-year-old sisters, Olivia and Sophia Kim, and then my parents, David and Jenny Kim.
All right, that's what's up. Now let's get where the tire meets the road. Uh, talk about your freshman season.
My freshman season, we didn't have Coach Hawkins yet. So, and it was kind of just me and the Conleys, and we were kind of working together.
Your season, not the team
season.
season. Talk about, what I'm trying to get you, the progression to where you at as a junior. And what did you learn when you was a freshman? And how was you playing and all of that? So I might not be clear.
So I sat for my freshman year, kind of playing the role player, I guess, trying to learn from the older guys. And just that was kind of my year to get better.
What was that like sitting? Because the young athletes, they think, I got game, I'm supposed to start. Coach won't let me start. My boy Rodney Perry, he comes on all the time and brings the athletes. And my godson, Jaden Renfro, plays for him. And Jaden's always, Mr. Nelson, they don't let me play. And I called Rodney, I said, Rodney, why you don't let Jaden play? He say he got game. He say all of y'all say y'all got game. And what was it like sitting on that bench?
I mean, of course I wanted to play, but I knew that there was a lot of room to work. So I just had to keep grinding.
What the mental part, that's what I'm saying. You were able to get your ego in check.
Yeah.
And you knew what you had to do as a place to learn.
Yeah, I kept it under control. I had an open mind. I was just ready to learn.
All right, run. How much playing time did you get? Did you get any varsity time, or was you just on JV?
I got some varsity time, but not as much as I get now, or as much as I wanted.
Give me your physical measurement, so our audience will know, what you look. You sitting down. What's your height and weight?
I'm 6'2" and 165.
So you don't look like that. You look like you 5. When he was talking about you going inside and all of this, I'm like, depending on him, he's like 5'5". Who are y'all playing against? All right. So run down your sophomore season.
My sophomore season, I played a lot. I came off the bench, but I got some valuable minutes, and I felt like that was my year that I kind of started to break through, started getting more confidence, and started believing in myself.
What did you do that summer?
That summer, I played with Marcus Denman.
Played with Denman?
I played with Denman.
Tell me this. What do you see the difference in when you play in that AAU and when you come back to school? What's the difference in the style, the coaching, and everything for you?
There's no change in expectation for the coaches, but in terms of playing, I feel like AAU, it's a different group of guys, different style of play, I guess.
So, that's what I'm talking about the style of play and everything. Yeah. All right. Now you're a junior. What's your season like this year? From the beginning of the season.
I mean, it's going well. There's nothing.
Your game.
There's
not
nothing.
The team, your game.
Yeah, there's nothing I can complain about my game.
What do you consider the best parts of your game?
My defense and my shooting.
You got a crossover, son?
Yeah.
On a 1 to 10, what we looking like?
Like a 7.58.
All right, that's when I love to have the coaches and another play on. Are you co-signing on that, Coach?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him that. I can say he can bump his score up a little bit too. Sometimes I think Andrew needs to give himself a little bit more confidence, so I think he can bump that up a little bit more.
All right, where you like working from on the court, Andrew?
Around the perimeter and towards like mid-range.
1 to 10, what's that jump shot like?
It's getting better. So like I would say 8.5.
8? Oh, you a shooter. You got any kind of conscience?
I used to, not so much anymore.
All right. Yeah, right. See, I go back, I graduated in 69, and them guys that I played with, they shoot 100 times, miss. The game be on the line, they be like, give me the ball. I'm like, give me the ball, you ain't made a shot. And that's what I say, having a conscience. And to be a good shooter, you really can't have a conscience.
Yeah.
You gotta shoot until you do your thing. Tell me this: do you go hard in the paint,
Yes.
or you tiptoe through the tulips?
I wouldn't say tiptoe that much.
You get.
But
Would you characterize your game as rough and ready or silky smooth?
probably silky smooth.
Oh, I like that. How does it play in your mind on the court when you have your administration? And this is for you, Coach. How important is it to have a good administration behind your program?
Yeah, it means everything. When you have the AD and, not just the AD, it goes down to, to the principal, to the head of school, when you know that you have those guys on your back, the decisions that you choose to make, you're not second guessing them. And I think even just some of my players, when we talked to them about playing with a free mind. And as a coach, when you can coach with a free mind and you know that you have the backing from the AD and like you said, the top administration, just allows the coaches just to coach. And I think that's really key.
And not worry about their jobs.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure,
right.
For
And
sure.
that plays an important part. Some administrations don't know that.
Yeah.
Or they act like they don't. Hey, Kim, what I wanted on that note, how do you feel when that gym is full and y'all are playing? And do you feel that makes a difference?
Yeah, I think it does. I feel like when the crowd's louder and you can't hear, it's like it makes us communicate better. And I personally have more confidence when there's more fans.
All right. So how many points are you scoring? What's your average per se?
I'm not sure. Like around probably like 8, I think, maybe.
8 to 10 points a game. On your defense, you say a defensive player, do you got a red light, yellow light, or a green light on the defense? Are you stopping them, or are you letting them go a little bit, or what?
I would say I got a green light on defense.
No, you got a red light. If you stopping them, don't you stop on red?
Got it.
Or in yellow, you just be cautious. You like on that 1 to 10 scale, you like at a 5. But if you red lighting them, you at 9 or 10. It's like, I don't want him on me. Not tonight.
Yeah, I would say I have a red light then.
Yeah, because Coach said that he put you on the best players. And a lot of players don't even understand that the college coaches now, you can get a scholarship real quick if you got that red light defense, because everybody's shooting and coaches is looking for somebody to shut the shooter down. Yeah, all right. So now what I want to talk about, Cascade Sports is known as being home of the student athlete, your academics. And how important is that?
It's very important. I feel like academics comes first. And especially growing up through Pembroke Hill, it really teaches you a lot of things outside of basketball as well.
All right. You shouting out to anybody?
I'll shout out to my parents and my teammates, David and Jenny Kim, and my Pembroke Hill teammates.
All right. All right, Conley, we're gonna come in on you. All right. You know the drill from kindergarten. Give my audience, let them know who you are and let them know who's put you in the position besides your own work ethic. But I know a lot of people have worked with you.
Yeah, so I'm Darin Conley. I went to Williams Southern Elementary, Bridger Middle School, and then to Pembroke Hill. Starting off with basketball, first grade through about 5th grade, 6th grade actually. I played with Ryan Berger, KCHD, around Raytown area, and then growing up.
I want to ask you some questions about that. All right. Yeah. So to 6th grade, what did you learn playing with him?
I learned how to play with my brothers really good and play and how to work against the bigger kids, because I played up 2 grades with them. So, and I wasn't that big at the time. So just learning how to get open for myself and create open shots, stuff like that.
All right. So what was your next level?
My next level was Mentality by Michael Watson. This is definitely a step up and a great change in coaching style. More intense but a lot more fun as well. But a lot more intense with Coach Mike.
Was there more accountability? Because I'm shameless. Mike is my frat brother.
Yeah.
Cap outside, and I know accountability. What was the difference in the accountability from your 6th grade to when you start playing with Mike? Your personal accountability when you messed up. What was Coach talking about?
He was talking about I need to be the leader of the team, being one of the biggest kids there, and I need to like get out of my shell because I played about that time. I was kind of nervous or unconfident in myself and playing at that time, and he kind of broke me out of that shell and expected a lot more from me, to be more than just like running up and down the court. He expected me to go rebound, go shoot, and create open shots for my teammates, stuff like that.
And what was you doing in school and with your school play?
School play in 6th grade or middle school in general?
Middle school.
Middle school, we played with Patrick Zanders. He was our 7th and 8th grade coach. That time was just really learning how to play with really fundamentally with the team. And I feel like it's a change in school ball because AU is a lot more running up and down, and AU is a lot more loose and like more physical.
It's not as structured per se as all right.
Yeah, and school ball in middle school was just like getting to know all the fundamentals of basketball really well and like glossing over that, and then learning how to like set screens and run full plays over and over again, and then getting the easiest shot we can get in that time.
Run down your freshman year to where you at Pembroke.
Freshman year, again, I was really like kind of unconfident in myself and not I always knew the coaches always believed in me and knew that I was going to be something good, but I didn't believe in myself at that time. So it was just really timid. I started my freshman year. I got a lot of rebounds, but I didn't score a lot. So I felt like my scoring was getting rebounds, and I can do that. I can open up my teammates, and I need to be more selfish now, which my coach was saying. Fast forward to sophomore year, I got a lot more playing time. I was still starting, and then playing with my brothers, Darin Conley and Quentin Conley, and just learning how to, like the dynamics of our team, and learning how to face adversity when we come up to it. And then fast forward to now, I'm really having a fun time. It's like one of my favorite basketball seasons ever. We have a good bench mafia.
No, don't hurt nobody. I got my prospect crew.
Yeah, our team is very very live and active, and we are very competitive, but we're also really, really close. And I feel like that makes us such a good community within the school almost.
You can't win no championship to me. And I'm a track athlete. John Carlos was my teammate. He held his fists up. But we had close like this. You can win championships like that. When it's not just basketball on the basketball, you're cool in the hallways. You're cool doing Christmas break, and you run around. I see y'all got it going on. You saying that you really comfortable with your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put up a banner to this 2022 season. So, and I mean, that brotherhood kind of like connects us and makes us stronger, and like kind of like a communication on the court. We know what each other is capable of doing, and we know that my boys can have my back. So,
all right, I want to ask both of y'all this question. I'm going with you, Kim. When the game has the game been on the line this season where you had to like 2 or 3 minutes, you said, hey, I'm getting ready to take this over?
I mean, yeah, whenever coach draws into play, it's kind of, we all believe that it's going to work. And most of the time it does. Actually, all the time it does.
Hey, Conley, have you been in the situation, you personally, how many close games have y'all had?
I'll say we probably had about close games that kind of went down to the wire within a possession. We probably had about four this year, 4 or 5 this year. So we've been tested quite a bit on that behalf. Some we've come up short and some we've came out on top.
Conley, what did you contribute in those games when the game was on the line? Was you able to turn your game up?
Yeah, definitely. And I think with me getting those second chance rebounds a whole bunch, I'm leading the Metro in rebounds right now. And me getting those second chance rebounds opens up so much for my team and opens up for me just getting putbacks and easy layups. So I think me doing the work beforehand to get those boards or get those post ups sets my team in a better spot to win.
All right. I'm going back on both of y'all. Kim, because you saying to a degree, you're a defensive specialist. Both of y'all, how important is it, your conditioning? Because when you're playing at both ends of the court for real, you better be in shape.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Kim. Talk about your getting in shape.
It's very important. I believe it's a big part of the game. You have to be in shape, running down and back all the time, constantly. And especially the way we play, we like to get out and run, get some easy buckets in transition. So we have to be in shape for that.
Conley?
I think at the beginning of the year, it's one of the most important things you need to do. I know we ran for the better part of preseason and the beginning of the season just to get in shape. And what we were doing, a lot of teams weren't doing. So that puts us ahead. And that puts us on a different level from the competition we're playing at.
Have both of y'all been in the weight room? Because I think right now, as young men, your hormones are raising. You are developing muscles and what have you. How much do you work in the weight room, Kim?
In season, maybe like twice a week, but then in the off season, I hit it a lot more.
Conley?
Right now, I'm pretty much hitting the gym every day. We have a good training staff here, Coach McGriff, Sam McGriff, and we have a lot of people who are very invested in us and want us to be better. And all it takes is us to be invested in ourselves. So that means getting in the gym, putting in the work, and getting bigger, especially not just for basketball, but for football and track also for me. So
I like what you said, getting bigger. A lot of kids just think it's about basketball. Now I want to ask you some personal questions. Well, do you understand how important your diet is at this point in your athletic career?
Yeah, that's something I'm working on with my coach. My nutrition is important to me because I'm trying to gain weight for and be bigger for other sports like football and just for basketball too. It would help. And my weight and I want my weight to be like a kind of like a force that helps me and dominate like rebounds or pushing other people on the football field or jumping further. And I think eating healthy and drinking a whole bunch of water and taking my vitamins and stuff is going to help me achieve those goals.
Hey, Kim.
I think nutrition is really important to me. The healthier you eat, the healthier you are, and the better you play, I believe. So I really watch what I eat in terms of like fast food. I try to stay away from it as much as I can. But also putting on some calories, putting on some weight would help my game a lot more too.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, Conley, what's your ambition?
Ambition is to either do football, basketball, or track in college.
What do you do in track?
I do shot put, discus, 4x1, and triple jump.
What's your triple jump?
My triple jump currently is my last PR was a 44.9. 44, and I got that would have placed me second at state, but I got fifth in state last year on my sophomore year.
All right. So you tray athlete. I was gonna say a dual athlete. You got the tray on you. Hey Kim, you busting any other doors down?
I also play lacrosse.
Oh, don't hurt nobody, baby boy. Yeah. One of my coach went to Syracuse with Jim Brown, and Jim Brown was a hell of a lacrosse player. Yeah, all right. And you know what I wanted to, Mr. Nelson's so old, I couldn't get something in because my brain stopped working. But when Coach said, we call him Diesel, and I was thinking, and I was saying, this 5'5", and you giving him Diesel? So you must got game. When they put a label on you like Diesel, that's Shaq's name. That's a bunch of big players. You don't be the Diesel because the Diesel is like the locomotive, run you over. All right. Hey, Coach, I want you to talk about a little bit about your history.
Okay.
Because
from a coaching standpoint, or just
who you are, who helped mentor you off the court, on the court, and go into your coaching.
Okay, I'll try to make it as fast as I can.
I own this network. You can make it as fast or as slow as you want.
So, I grew up in this area, Kansas City, Kansas, born and raised. Started out playing basketball about when I was 6 or 7 years old. So about first grade, second grade, and played under a great mentor. And actually, I just talked to him last week. And a guy who taught me all my foundation of basketball, an Al Collins. And he ran the Running Rebels, coached some guys like Earl Watson, Tyronn Lue, a couple other guys that, went on successfully to play Division I. So that's kind of where I started the game of basketball. And obviously, that led me to, I went to Arrowhead Middle School in Kansas City, Kansas. And then from there, went to Sumner Academy and played under legendary coach Randy Springs, who was, fortunate enough to win 3 state titles at 3 different schools. So, starting out with a great foundation with Al, and then, coming into a legend that knows how to win with Randy Springs at Sumner Academy. And, I was blessed enough to go to the state tournament every year, and we won it twice there when I was there. So, that was obviously great. And then obviously from, and I can't really skip this out. And from there, I played AAU basketball with the CMH 76ers at the time, which was now like, you think of your MoKens and your Run GMCs, all these top programs in this area. That's pretty much all we were then. Guys like Jerron Rush, Corleone Young, Corey Maggette, who went on to Duke and played long in the NBA. Mike Miller, a lot of those guys played for that team. I didn't play with them. My brother did. I was a younger guy playing on that team, and that was coached by Lafayette Norwood, who went undefeated at Wichita Heights, and also, was served on the staff at KU as well too. So again, you talk about me just being blessed, always being around legends who knew how to win and who knew how to coach. And then from there, I get on to at KU, where I'm recruited by Roy Williams, and I get to learn with him for 2 years. And obviously, everybody.
I'm the cutoff king. What was that like under the tutelage and coaching staff at KU?
It was, it was a time in my life that even today that I greatly appreciate. And sometimes, I look, I wake up and I don't understand how that happened to me. That's kind of, I feel like how cool it was, but it was an honor and a blessing to be able to, be taught and to learn from 2 Hall of Fame coaches, and Roy Williams and Bill Self at KU. So, when I think back at my time at KU, I just feel obviously blessed, being able to get a college education paid for. and to be able to do something that I love and learn it from two Hall of Fame coaches. So, that's kind of was my playing days. And after I got done with KU, I went overseas for a little bit in Germany, Bremen, Germany, for about a half a season, had surgery, had my first kid, and then I kind of hung up the shoes. And then that's what kind of, pushed me into my coaching career. And it started out in Western Kansas, Hayes, Kansas. I got my first job as an assistant at the high school, at Ellis High School in Ellis, Kansas. My wife is from Western Kansas, Plainville, small town. And I started out, we were one shot away from going to the state title on a half court shot, in which we worked on half court shots every day after practice. And the kid that shot it, he normally would hit one and it hit the front of the rim for us to be able to, make the shot to go to state. And obviously we missed it. And then I got an opportunity at Perry-Lecompton as that was my first year coaching. I did a little bit of AAU ball, coaching a little bit of summer ball, but not too much. I didn't know how to coach. I've trained kids, but I did not know how to coach. And I got my first gig at Perry-Lecompton.
I'm the cutoff king again. I'm glad you mentioned this. You said I train kids, but that's not coaching. Tell the audience what the difference is a little bit.
I to be honest, I never really thought about the difference really until now. But training is, you're just putting guys through workouts. And I think when you're coaching, there's just so many other avenues to it. When you train, those parents are never really mad at you when you're training their kids. You come in, they do the work. But when you coach, you coach just a lot more avenues to that. Parents want, their kids want to play. You got to know your X's and O's. You got to be able to prepare them for the game. And you also got to, know how to come down to their level and kind of be that player's coach and be their friend as well, too. So, again, it's definitely a difference between those two. And I knew at the time I did not know how to coach. And I got thrown into a coaching job as a head varsity. Kind of how my head job came is, we had some success at Ellis High School. Like I told you, we were one shot away from getting to the state title, or to state, I'm sorry. And the principal at Perry-Lecompton was just looking at all the teams that may have had some success that year, because they were looking for a head coach, and he came across my name. He was a KU guy as well, too. So he didn't know if it was true. He's like, why is he out here? So he contacted me, and I mean, literally right on the spot on the call, he offered me the job. So no interview, no anything, offered me the job. And both my wife and I, we both met at KU. So we were just trying to figure out how can we get back up to Lawrence, get back up to that way. We're 4 hours away in Western Kansas. And kind of that was my ticket. So I did that for 4 years at Perry-Lecompton, took a little break, worked at a couple of facilities, managing some facilities. And then I kind of led into Pembroke, started out as an 8th grade coach. And then the last 2 years I've been the head coach here. So that's what kind of led me here to this great community at Pembroke Hill.
All right. What was your first season like the kids? What was your first season? Give me your stats, bro.
My first season at Perry-Lecompton?
No. Where you at now? Let's talk about that Pembroke journey.
Yeah, Pembroke. That's what I want to talk about. So, I was blessed. We had a crazy year last year with COVID as well. And, everybody did. So, we lost about 10 games last year with COVID. But we, the 14 games that we got to play regular season were great because we went 14-0 last year in the regular season. And, we were able to win districts. And, that's something that hadn't happened in 15 years, prior to me getting here. So, that was a really great accomplishment. I think, obviously for myself and for the team and for the school in general, for us to have that type of a season, we end up going 14-1 for the season, winning our districts. And obviously fast forward into this year, we're 17-4 right now. We got the #1 seed in districts, and, every day, we're just trying to continue to get better each and every day. And I feel like if we can do that, our guys will have a good shot at continuing to play.
Who is your main competition in what are you, 4A, 5? What are you?
Yes, yeah, we're class 4. So I mean, you think about, if you think about the state titles that have been won over the years, you it kind of runs through Vashon out of St. Louis, you know. Yeah, so they're always they always, you know, put together a great product, and not just you know, those teams out in St. Louis, but you know, there's some good schools out here as well too in the KC metro area.
All right, Coach. Let me get back to the fellas for a minute. Kim, what I want you to do is close out giving a young freshman some advice.
I would say stay the grind, stay the work, get in the gym, because it goes by really fast.
Conley, what you saying to the young freshman? Think he got it all together?
I would say look at who's at your spot where you want to be and follow them, but also like make it your own. And I would say always be confident in yourself, and always know that you have to put in the work to get the outcome that you want.
All right, I like that. And if you didn't understand what he said, you youngsters, wait your turn. And if you putting your work in, coach know you putting your work in, but there's people, when you go to the grocery store, you get in line. You go anywhere, you get in line. And I don't care how good you are, you get in line. And when you do that, coach sees that, and that's called paying your dues. And when you get on the floor, you don't want coach saying, I'm gonna put the young freshman in over me. So that's words of wisdom from Mr. Nelson. And closing, coach, what would you have to say to your audience?
As far as what
just in general, in general.
Okay, yeah, you know, for the audience, you know, continue to watch Pembroke Hill. You know, we got some really amazing things here. Obviously, our academics have been, you know, great for over 100 years. And, you know, what we're doing really with athletics is we're really enhancing our athletics here. So I just anybody who is a basketball fan, just a sports fan, I think Pembroke Hill moving forward with our athletics and the direction that we're going, we're the school that people should watch. You
want to be in the house when you're playing.
Got to, yes.
When is your next game?
So our next game will be actually tomorrow. So right now we'll play the winner between Ewing, Marion Kaufman, and Northeast. So right now they're playing. Right now we're hosting districts this year in our new facility. So they're playing right now as we speak.
All right, Kaufman is right across the street from my office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Coach, it was a plum pleasing pleasure to have you fellas on the show. And as we always say, Cascade Sports, we go hard in the paint.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.